Well, I'm afraid your medic is dead, but I found a trauma kit on him. It might still be useful for you in Ellie's hands.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's better than nothing. Thanks. We'll head out as soon as we're patched up.
Excellent. Make sure you do. It seemed like we did a lot of the heavy lifting. However, we don't know what they had to do to get over here. August?
Hey, thanks for the help.
You're welcome. Alright, you two iconoclasts, you all keep safe. Well, we've done our bit for Zora. She's not one for leaving people behind. Probably from personal experience after the revelations we had. Now, printing press. Do you ever go into a building and realize that it's probably just as inhabited by raptidons as it was on the outside? As it turns out to be on the inside. Revamped power helmet. That is a heavy helmet. We're having that. And safety announcement draft. Draft of different safety announcements from when the press was still operational. Most of them have been crossed out. Safety guards are there to guard your safety. Replacement limbs are no replacements at all. Let's convey safety standards around our conveyor. Don't be a fool around the spools. I think they needed to work on better health and safety tags. Or even just like a notice. Just say, don't stick your hand in the machine. Here's a workbench. Right, what else do we have, though? More raptidons. Right, they're smaller than the ones outside anyway. Come on, ladies. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Ow, ow, you bugger. Come on.
Everyone all right?
Just about. Oh, you did get the acid canister, though. But I'm not going to blame you. That's a heavy or a light machine gun, isn't it? I do... you know what? My gun might be a little better if I actually repaired it. My gear is probably just ruined right now. Thankfully, there is a workbench, and I've at least got half a brain. Repair everything equipped. That's going to use a fair few parts, but it is worth it. Right, so from 43 damage to 99. Right, that's probably going to explain why I'm suddenly having such a hard time taking down small raptidons. Let's loot this place whatever it's worth. Oh, standard troop armor. Standard troop helmet. Persuade, determination. I kind of want to get into this. Let's stick on our lockpick helmet. You know what? Let's leave the lockpick helmet on. Wait, are we going to leave it on?
Making it look easy.
Thank you, I am. 30. It's a lot more armor than my nice hat. But that does give me leadership and persuade. And I do want the persuade. Alright, Nyoka. Is this a good time to ask you to wear a different helmet? That's heavy weapons plus 5. It's less armor, but it is heavy weapons plus 5. I did get her this. Dodge, or plus 5 dodge, minus 5 to stealth. But then it's 67 armor. Holy, look at you now. You do look the part. And what else? Ellie, do you need a new helmet? No, that is 39 armor and it's plus 3 medical. I think you're pretty good. Okay. Follow me. Let's actually do some damage. Oh, that is so much better. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I saw the icon below. The little flashing warning that, oh, you've got to repair your gear. And I didn't think to do it. Oh. Yoka, that armor really suits you when you're just walking in with a massive machine gun like that.
Someone else will clean this up, right?
Well, we're sure as hell not cleaning it up. Printing press. Field aggregator, mag picks, energy cells. One thing we're never going to run out of is ammo. Pick cartridges, stogie sims. Final notice, Shuster C. To whom it may concern, I, Caden Shuster, do hereby declare my official resignation. Delivery services to Terra 1, printing facility, shall cease forthwith. During my tenure of service, I have made known numerous complaints regarding the hazards of working on this law-forsaken rock, including, but not limited to, the infestation of unknown insects in my sinus cavities resulting in weeks of unpaid leave, the as-yet unreimbursed loss of several articles of clothing due to the acidic properties of the local atmosphere, the constant unrelenting aggression for local wildlife, preach it, a persistent itching and coughing malady in my lungs, likely due to breathing in trace amounts of sulfur. I don't even think it's trace at this point. Equally, persistent indigestion, a symptom of an overall nutritional problem stemming from the fact that I am in fact allergic to fish, which is the main diet provided to service workers based in Stellar Bay. I have received the following responses to these claims, all of which I deem unacceptable. As a result of loss of olfactory senses, I was deemed, quote, lucky to no longer suffer the stench of fish and sulfur. My wardrobe was replaced with uniforms out of Stellar Bay, which suffered this exact same degradation, and I was thus no better off. At my insistence, I was awarded the services of a local hunter, one N. Ramnareem Wentworth, Nyoka, who spent the entire service call inebriated and offending my sensibilities with off-colour language. That's Nyoka. After a thorough medical examination, I was found to be in working health, which was deemed more fortunate than many. At my insistence that additional dietary needs be offered, I was instead awarded with extra supplies of toilet paper. After this latest response, I hereby tell whoever is reading this to go hang themselves, and that your replacement roller, ink cart, belting, bindings, keys, stamps, lubricants, and whatever else is in these infernal boxes can be found rotting in the wilderness. Good day to you. Sincerely, Caden Shuster. I'd better not have to go into the wilderness for any of this. Oh joy, another terminal. Account D. Bolshov. Available records, shipment status, UDL masks, olfactory filters, and replacement rollers. Miss Bolshov, UDL Mark IV security masks are meant for use in crowd dispersal scenarios. They are not appropriate for a workplace environment. Your purchase request has been denied. What was the original email though? To whom it may concern, I was talking to one of our guards and he isn't having trouble breathing at all. In fact, none of our guards have had asthma attacks from the air here. We believe it is because of their gas masks. I've attached a purchase request for safety equipment for the rest of us. Oh, and it was denied because it's meant for crowd dispersal. That's... Really, they do not give a damn about the actual health of the personnel. So long as they can perform their functions. Olfactory filters. To whom it may concern, my boss is using olfactory filters to ward off the stench of sulfur from this law-forsaken planet. I've attached a purchase request for a number of filters so that the rest of us don't have to suffer. Miss Bolshov. Focus testing indicates that the air quality of Terra 1 does not warrant the use of olfactory filters or any other scent-blocking equipment. Your purchase request for something to deal with the stink of sulfur is denied. And finally, replacement rollers. Where's the beginning of this chain? Subject, replacement rollers. To whom it may concern, the rollers in our printing press facility are degraded and will break soon. I've attached a purchase order for new ones. Miss Bolshov, our records indicate that your facility is not due for replacement parts for another 5 months. We will send new parts, including rollers, when the time comes. They aren't lasting as long because of the sulfur in this effing air. We need new parts before the ones we've got break. Miss Bolshov, according to the manufacturer, your current rollers are capable of retaining efficiency in all environments. We have no evidence to support your claim that the rollers are degrading because of this effing air. Well, I'm going to take her word on it rather than the word of the person taking the word on the box. because they probably cut corners when they did any testing. And they're not going to be telling the truth because they don't want to pay to recall stuff. I need a fix. And 63 is 70 in lockpicking. How do we... That's a stealth skill. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Ellie. I've just given you a different outfit. No, I didn't mean to do that at all. Where's... Because this is for me. Oh, sorry. Misclick. Misfire. Misfire.
Real slick.
Thank you. Oh, I'm over encumbered. Is it... it's my backpack capacity and its armor. Right, okay. I do need to sell some stuff then when I get a chance. Was there a vending machine? Yes. This is outside. It is. Let's see. Sell all of our junk to begin with. Oh, mag pick. Let's not miss those. Right. So, rollers. Chances are, these rollers aren't going to be any good then. Oh, they seem to be in here. Possibly. Oh, so much better now that this is all fixed up. So much better. Grab all of this. Why not? And I'm going to assume downstairs. Nope, that was wrong to assume. Let's try upstairs. Office, employer rights, wage... Oh. Under the Biased Labour Standards Act. Wage determined by merit of your work. Overtime may result in higher pay if the quality of said work is considerably or considered exemplary. The employer has the right to dock your pay should you damage any facilities or equipment. It is your responsibility, not your employer's, to avoid workplace hazards. I'm sure I've read that before, but it's still not right. Account, R. Rodriguez. Available messages, 1 hazard clause. Terry's birthday. No, we are not celebrating Terry's birthday. Terry's dead, folks. I know he meant a lot to everyone here, myself included, but let his untimely demise be a lesson about the safety in the workplace. Don't pet the canids. Yet Terry might have brought that one on himself. We're leaving. To all employees of Terra 1 Publications, yes, the rumours are true. We are leaving. The board has decided to cut their losses and operate on Terra 2 instead. In accordance with the evacuation orders, we are to await a shuttle out of Cascadia. When we get word that our ride is on the way, we'll shutter this facility, pack everything up, lock the door on the way out. Until then, however, we are expected to continue working. I'm sure reassignments are forthcoming, but that's not an excuse to slow down. We still have magazines to publish, people. Our customers are eager to find out what happens in Dissident Hunter 112. Halcyon Referendum 207, Terra 1 Hazard Clause. Public Notice 117. The notice issued on January 12th, 2343 serves as a public denouncement of Terra 1. I've read this before. Okay, that's just the announcement then. Do we need anything more? Right, if this isn't where we deactivate the machine and get the rollers from, I don't know where we're going to get the rollers. Crew outfit model H. Okay. Grab all of this. Crew outfit. You know what? It's kind of bland. I don't like that. When I read crew outfit, I was like, oh, okay, maybe my crew can all wear this. Or something similar to this, but I want their personalities to shine through a little bit more than that. Use terminal. Printer is currently inoperable. Okay, install the rollers. New equipment detected. Oh, we had to repair the printing press. Okay. Well, I don't know how he's going to get over here to print his pamphlets, because that is a one-way trip, it seems like. Surely they don't have the manpower to keep both Ember Heights, the route here, and then here secure from Raptidons and Mantisaurs. System must restart. System restarted. Equipment alignment successful. Press number 6 is now operational. Right. I think that's our cue to leave. Let's have a look at the map then. We have finished everything beyond the walls of a settlement right now. Because there is Fallbrook. Oh, I left the unreliable at the station. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, no, that's onto the unreliable, right. Then, yeah, I finished everything that there is outside of the settlement. So I can... The closest walk is going to be back to Stellar Bay. And I think that should be our first port of call. So let's... Well, let's begin our trek. And then from that landing pad, we can recall the unreliable. And then we can just use a ship to get to the other settlements. That sounds like a plan. We never did that little task for... You know, I can't even remember her name now, but the girl in there who asked us to give Sebastian flowers or something?
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails?
Oh, that's right.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
No.
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc.
Oh, I know.
Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
I think I got enough of those myself, thank you. I'm actually here to talk about Celia. Yes, Celia. But let's hold up a second. Why would I want to buy rat glands or manticlaws?
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Oh, well, I'm actually here to talk about Celia. That's because she likes you, you dummy. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to call him a dummy. Some people just don't pick up on those hints and clues as easily. Look, this is because Celia likes you. She's not really interested in what you're selling.
Nice of you to say. I like her too.
No, I mean she likes you. She's interested in you romantically.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Okay, no,
Don't
this
get
guy.
me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. If
Oh.
I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
I remember now Celia saying that she wasn't into him for his conversational skills. Look, take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise you, she's not after a discount. She's not really after what you're selling. She's after you.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Oh, that's the spirit. Excellent. Right, we'll give Celia the good news, because it might be the only bit of good news we're going to be giving out around here, given the situation. Let's start with Celia.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet?
Yes.
What did he say?
I did. I have talked to him. He said he'll go on a date with you.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
Well, take a breath. It was somewhere in between. He likes you, Celia, it seems. Just don't ask him for any discounts. He was very funny about that.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon.
Excellent.
Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow,
You should...
thank you.
Oh, thank you. You didn't need to pay me for it. You should, however, probably think about telling him to, start a different business. Before we talk to you, Mr. Sanjar Nandi, yes, I see you there. I'm just gonna have a stretch. Definitely not leveling up. Do I need dialogue skills? No, not right now. Not with the equipment and the people I have with me. Long guns. No, let's stay on our our stealth skills for now. Lockpick 65. Let's get that to 70. And we'll put points into hack to get that up to 70. And now we have a perk. But what perk do we take? We could increase damage dealt by science weapons. That stacks with the weird science perk. This is the wild science perk. So where's weird science? That's applied. Science weapon magazine size is up. Then it's weird science. That's plus 50% damage. And then that's another plus 50% damage. So that's plus 100% damage. Where is the... Okay, so without tinkering, that would push this up to 76 damage. And the benefit of this mind control ray is it hijacks one of the people attacking me and turns them into an ally. And that is tempting. You know what? We're going to go for high maintenance. You take better care of your weapons and armor than most people. Plus 25% weapon and armor durability loss. Or rather, minus durability loss. That's just going to be useful. Right. Sanjar, yes. Definitely wasn't just wasting my time over there.
Be careful with your new friends in Amber Heights. They're not the most reliable types.
How did you get word of
Anyway?
that?
What can I do for you?
How did you get word of that? Well, let's start with your review on the terminal I found in the arms building that said you lost track of the detail. Oh no, you get lost in the details and you couldn't see the bigger picture.
You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it.
Well, I looked. You sent me into a Raptidon-infested mess to clean up after you. I'm gonna read what's on the terminal.
I didn't mean for any harm to come to you. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney. And for years, I was a joke to them.
I know. No, I'm getting lost in the details and not the big picture, but your left kidney.
One of the executives required a transplant.
And you just...
He's lucky they didn't want a liver or a heart.
It sounds like
I
it.
thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects.
No, I think that was insane. You should have done it out of the kindness of your heart, not because you wanted a promotion.
No, I am a company man.
Oh no, I think I see what Graham means now. About him being seduced by the lifestyle, I guess. But who cares what they think? You're the one in charge now.
In charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners.
Well, you're making it work. You've got it all stacked up against you, and you're trying to make it work. And so far, it is kind of working. You know, that's more than any of those execs can say.
I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that.
See?
Thank you for that. Was there something else?
You're welcome. I'm not going back to delete it, by the way. I do have some questions, though, about MSI and the so-called good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Let's see how meticulous those notes are. So... You used to work with Graham. That's the big one. Why not mention that before?
Ah, so you've heard about our prior acquaintance.
Yeah, no sense being coy about it. We're partners now, aren't we? See, you and me, and look, I helped you out with your little report business. I've got this Bolt 52 cartridge thing. You know, we're pals, right?
I suppose you're right. Graham's always had a way with words. Strange as it may seem, I suspect he'd have quite the corporate career if he weren't so radical. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. And we both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable.
Okay.
I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely.
I think what Graham wants is a bit more than abolishing the corporate system. He wants anarchy. How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place? It became illegal to remain on Monarch, and because you were the only ones on Monarch and you inhabited it and you were the owners of it, they kicked you off the board because it would give you too much power. I've read a lot, but I'm a bit hazy on the details and the order of things.
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
So, well, I know that you initiated your own removal from the board by, I guess, staying on Monarch and achieving sole ownership of Terra 1.
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2, but back then it was known as Terra 1.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, Terra 1 and Terra 2, you can see the board put their best people on that one.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
Yeah, I've noticed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
Which, I guess, seems wise. But clearly not MSI.
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
And that was you and Graham, right?
Indeed. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
And here's the thing, though. The leadership didn't embrace your ideas, and I suspect Graham might have had a hand in getting them killed.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
And yet here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve this position. I moved forward with our planned reforms as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
That's because it turned out you owning Monarch, Terra 1, gave you far too much power on the board. Do you know why they would do that, though?
I don't know.
So you're not aware.
Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Exactly that. And, well, Hiram, do I want to keep that information to myself? I did say to Hiram that I wouldn't share where I got it from. But why exactly do you want back on the board? Do you want to change everything for all workers?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
A very
You
good
can't beat 'em,
point.
might as well join him and reach into their pockets.
A very
To
good
be on the
point.
board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
So it's partially survival. I can't fault you for being practical.
Indeed, we've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
And leverage is what I might have for you.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope
Okay.
is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Well, I'm gonna come out and say it. It seems like Hiram forgot to mention that there's a loophole giving MSI... Or rather, no, sorry, I'm getting all confused in my head. You didn't tell me that it was Hiram that found the loophole giving MSI control of Monarch.
Well, technically, he may have suggested it, but he certainly wasn't doing the paperwork himself.
Oh, semantics. And you were supposed to let Hiram control Devil's Peak. That's the deal.
Technically, he does. What exactly are you accusing me of?
More about blocking the airwaves. You're not upholding your end of the bargain. Look, he can't do much with the station while the airwaves are jammed.
Until we're back on the board, I need to run those advertisements. If there's no business on Monarch, then we all starve. Hiram included. Besides, Graham's the one you should really be concerned about. His propaganda does nothing but crowd the frequency.
Oh, it's the middle of the war. Right, I want to talk about something else.
What can I do for you?
The Bolt 52 cartridge here.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is?
No.
Corporations have been toppled with less.
Well, you did kind of make it sound like you were sending me after a weapon.
But that's exactly what this is. The world isn't changed with guns and speeches, much as Graham and his followers would like to think, but rather with meticulous documentation. And the Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of Halcyon.
Bolt,
One false
right.
stroke can invalidate the entire document.
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemption section.
Oh, my word. Right, hang on. Wait. Let's just go back a second. So, the Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52. So, when a company is liquidated and its assets are transferred, I'm going to assume that's to do with that. So, what does it do exactly?
For our part, a Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Your bomb? What bum? Bum? What bum? Bum? What bum? Bum? Wait, hang on. So wait, what? I'm going to assume you definitely don't mean a literal bum. So you do want to go against the board? Oh, this isn't going to turn out to be like a paperweight, is it?
See, that doesn't even make sense. This is an electronic form. We don't need paperweights.
You know what I mean. It's a
Hardly the
metaphor.
point, sir.
Thank you, Celia. Oh, right. Just tell me what you're planning.
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch. Illegally and in secret.
Oh?
Most of the time, they do illegal stuff out in the open. Cheaper that way.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
Sanjay, you sly dog. You know what? I was kind of on the fence about you, but you actually do have a coherent plan to play the board at their own game.
You really think so?
I really think so.
Don't encourage him.
I think he needs a little encouragement.
I admit, I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
Well, turns out that's actually part of one of the places I need to go next. Actually, As it happens, I did find a data cartridge, or create a data cartridge, with details of UDL's secret experiments there.
Already? If only the rest of the colony operated as efficiently as you. Imagine what a different state we'd be in, hmm?
Just
I'll
imagine.
complete the Bolt 52 in no time. I dare say it'll be my second greatest achievement after the reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
Thank you, Celia.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge?
I do. Reformations. What do we mean by reformations? And also, Celia, you are a lot more down to earth on the ball when it comes to managing Sanjar than you are about managing your own love life. Sorry, little tangent. Let's talk about reformations.
I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
You are? You could do a lot of good around here, you know. Don't go getting my hopes up.
Nyoka seems
That's
shocked.
entirely the point. We've got to hope. We have got to partake once more of the full resources and opportunities of Halcyon.
See,
What about the folks out in the wilderness?
Oh.
Amber Heights, Fallbrook. Will you share with them, or will you hoard those resources here?
My sincerest hope is for MSI to become a model for all of Halcyon. But we must start somewhere. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course.
Ooh. Wait, hang on. Oh, for the greater good, I've got to give him the UDL cartridge. But I really wasn't clear on whether or not he'd actually be supporting the smaller settlements around here. I presume he will if he can. I'm going to give you the data.
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
Oh, hallelujah.
Now we've just got to deal with the iconoclasts.
Oh, that was so much
Believe
easier.
me, you've got your work cut out for you there. Was there anything else?
Well, hopefully... No. I'm okay, thank you. I've got to get going. Hopefully, with the printing press... Need a fix. That's better. Hopefully, with the printing press, I will be able to convince Graham to get off the airwaves. It's like, oh, well, you've got the printing press now. You don't need these lousy radio messages people aren't listening to. Just shove a pamphlet in their face. Right, let's get to the unreliable. Or rather, let's get the unreliable to us. God, that arrives quick.